Welcome to Hydro for COVID. I'm Renee and I'm going to show you how to do a hot half bath for your infant or child today. So if your child has coronavirus or they've got a chesty cough, they're coming down with a fever, any signs of illness like that, this is a great treatment that anyone can do from home with a few basic items. So obviously you are going to need a bathtub. That is very important for this treatment. Or actually you could use a laundry tub for a small child. You're going to need a towel or two for this treatment and a little face washer to keep the head cool towards the end of the treatment. You will need a jug to do the cold water pour at the end, and plastic is always useful when you're dealing with children in a bathroom. You are also going to need a kettle to keep the water at the right temperature throughout the treatment, and it's very good to have a bath thermometer as well to make sure you're maintaining the right temperature. And remember that this is a treatment for a child, so let's keep it fun. You can put whatever you want into the bath to help coax them in there and to keep them enjoying the treatment throughout. And obviously you are going to need a sick child to do this treatment, so I'm having a little help today from my daughter. Okay, so here we are about to start our hot half bath. So here's the bath, pop your plug in, let's get filled up. So this is basically our bath ready. So you're aiming for a water temperature of about 39 for your infant. It's okay if it starts off a little bit hotter because a lot of that heat will be absorbed by the bath and as soon as the child gets in. So yeah, run it somewhere between 39 and 40. And you want it about the height of their navel when they're going to be sitting. If they've got a bit of a chest ailment, like their cold has gone to their chest or they've got a bad cough, get them to recline in the water a little bit so that they do have some water over their chest. Alright, so here we are. We've got Tali in the bath and we've got the water level right at her navel here, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get the kid in. Just let them slowly get used to the temperature of the water, and then once they're seated, then start the treatment. I've got Talia now laying so that her chest is a bit underwater. I've got a blow-up ball underneath her head to keep her head above the water, but you can roll up a towel or use a little cushion, whatever you're able to use in there. And she's happily laying in the water. The temperature is 39 degrees on the dot, and you'll do this treatment for 5 to 20 minutes. So you want to see when the child starts to perspire. When they start to perspire, then you know that the treatment is complete. So Talia says the water's cooling down a little bit and the thermometer says that it is, so we're going to add a little bit more water to the bath. So I've got some hot water here in the jug. Make sure when you pour the water in the bath, you pour away from your child's limbs and stir it through the water so that you get an even temperature throughout without those hot spots. So we'll add some more water in now. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. Talia is starting to get a little bit warmer. Her skin is starting to pink up. We've added that one portion of hot water to the bath, and it seems like our treatment will soon be complete. If you need to maintain the correct water level, you can remove the plug and drain a little bit of water out so that the water level doesn't get up too high. We still want to keep it either at the navel if they're sitting in it, or just at the chest line if they're laying down. All right, how are you feeling? Good, are you getting warm?
Yeah.
Too hot or just warm?
Just warm.
That's good. It's been about 15 minutes. Talia's starting to get fairly warm. I'm just going to use this washer that I've wet in cold water and wrung out and just dab it over her forehead. So it's important to keep the head nice and cool. Less important if the child has gone in with a normal body temperature, as they won't get up quite as hot. But if they've already had if they've got a fever and they're having this treatment, you'll want to keep their head nice and cool throughout. So the treatment is complete. Talia's nice and warm, and so we're going to finish off with a cold water pour. Make sure you tell your child that you're about to pour cool water over them and that it will feel cold and that they can scream if they want to. That's totally fine. It's always good to warn them before you just pour it on them. You can either get them to sit up in the bath or stand up. I'll show you how to do the cold water pour. Alright, so sit on that for me, darling. Okay, so you can see her face is nice and red, she's nice and warm, and we're going to get the jug of cold water and we're going to do a pour over the back and chest. Alright, it's going to feel cold, darling. Ready? Alright, and bend down their arms as well, pour over their body, and then towel them up. I'm going to help Talia up to stand up. Stand up. Alright, then we're going to do the cold water pour over the chest. Is that cold? You're brave. Right, and over the legs. Obviously, if you're doing this at home, your child will not have swimmers on and you'll get a much better treatment doing it that way. Okay, as soon as you've done the cold water pour, you want to keep them nice and warm and dry them up nice and quick. Okay, so with the towel rub, you want to do it nice and briskly. Make sure that all the water's dried off, and then we're going to dress them up nice and warm and pop them to bed for about an hour to an hour and a half. This is also a great treatment to do in the evening just before you pop them to bed.